Hey guys, you joining us? We're watching Star Trek. First of all, I am the host with the most. I am Paul here, and then we got the man over here, Dan,
Giddy up.
the Giddy Up Man, and over here we got the other guy, Brandon, aka Brandam. How you doing today, sir?
It's really it's actually really weird being in the passenger seat. So I'm not even the passenger seat. I'm in the back seat for this one, and it's kind of nice.
Oh yeah,
You get to drive the episode car, the metaphor, I guess.
Hey, special episode today, guys, because it's a wrap up. So we're gonna have fun, to enjoy ourselves. But we got an announcement to make, and Brandon, go ahead with that.
Yeah, so we're just gonna start off with kind of the I guess it's not like the state of the podcast, but the future of the podcast, and that is to say that there is no future. This is this is gonna be the last one.
Boo! Murder him!
I didn't want to go like on this. Oh, it's this like I'm just gonna like super upfront about it to the people that do listen to this and like don't have a podcast. Podcasting is fucking hard. Like it's a shit ton of work, and it's one of those things that I knew going into that it was going to be a lot of work, but I underestimated like the toll that the work takes on you. Because I've talked to you two about this, but like strictly addressing like the people that do listen to us every week. So we have to watch the episode, right? And they are 50 minutes long, and I have to take notes of every event in the episode, and so that makes that episode take like 2 to 2.5 hours long for me to watch, which I have to split up over the course of 2 days. And then we have recording, which is usually anywhere from what we run usually like an hour and 15 minutes, but it takes us like 2 hours, right? And then there's editing. So an hour and 15 minutes of editing is an hour 15-minute recording is generally about 2.5 hours of editing if it goes smoothly, because the time it takes to edit is roughly twice the length of your recording. So,
and you guys also know that our audio was really bad at the beginning. We're trying to figure things out, so it was a lot of editing and fixing different things. A lot of things
right.
going on. So,
and then on top of that, there's getting the social media stuff ready, which isn't huge. That usually takes 20 minutes to a half an hour. Most of that is just me trying to figure out what the fuck I want to put on these pictures. But like at the end of the week, I am dedicating minimum of 5, sometimes 6 and 7 days a week to this, 8 to 10 to 12 hours on the rougher weeks. So basically, like I'm working an extra shift on top of my full-time job, and like it's for free. We don't do advertising. We don't make anything off of this, and it actually like literally eats all of my free time. Because I have a kid, so I come home from work. I'm with my son. My wife comes home from work. I make dinner. We get all that squared away. We get the kid ready for bed. He goes to bed. Then I have to shower because I am disgusting from work, and I can't shower because my son's only 2 and I can't leave him alone so I can shower. And so like my free time is generally from between 7:30 and 8 to like 9. So it literally eats all of my free time throughout the entire week. So like I have stopped reading books. I have stopped skateboarding. I have stopped the overwhelming majority of my gaming. Like I have spent almost no free time with my wife for like the last 9 months, because we've been going at this for 9 months.
Oh man, forget her. The podcast is more important than that. Come on now.
She
podcast
didn't want to say it, but I know she's happy that we're calling it on this.
It's just a podcast before family always.
And like the thing is, like I've said to you guys, if every bit of working on this was as fun as the Sundays when we sit down and record like we're doing right now, it would not be the issue that it is. But like it hit a point where I started dreading doing the editing and like dreading taking the notes to the same extent that I dread getting up and going to work every day. And that was when I'm like, okay, I got to change something here. So yeah, so it's just that this is going to be it. I would have loved, I'm going to regret it. I'm going to regret not doing the next 2 seasons. But when you look at the amount of work that we have ahead and the fact that it's taken us 9 months to get here without skipping a single episode, we did not skip a week of releases since we released in January and we started recording in November to get a bank going. So 9 months for the next season, 9 months for the following season, plus we were going to take a little break after each season. Like you're looking at almost another 2 years of work. And like, it's not a sustainable schedule to me. So yeah, so unfortunately, season 1 is going to be it. And I'm not saying that we are done. Like maybe in the future sometime if we decide to get together and we want to talk about like if you guys continue to watch the series, or if we get to the movies or something, like maybe throw something here or there. I'm not saying that will happen. I'm also not saying that won't happen. But yeah, our regular releases are done for. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Now that I'm done with like a 5-minute rant about that, we can get to actually the topic of today's episode, which is just our end of the season wrap up, where we're just gonna go over some thoughts and feelings for what we have seen,
and having fun and talking about our moments and all highlights. And you can join us on this great journey down the way. Yeah, welcome.
It's gonna be kind of like I didn't really think of the structure of this because I don't have notes in front of me for the first time.
See, so that's kind of what the thing I was talking about earlier. I was like, we're gonna talk about like
and I don't want it to be like I'm doing a fucking interview. Like what are your thoughts on this?
Well, actually, I can start it this way. My only issue with the whole entire season 1, my big thing was all the aliens seem to have like godlike powers.
Yes,
like a lot of them, a lot more. Seem more powerful than us, like in every way. So I found that kind of a thing, running theme.
Yep. Yeah, who knew there were how many gods there were out there in the galaxy?
Yeah, like it was like I think it was just a lot. Like every time I meet a new alien, like it was the easy way to make it go was just making a godlike type creature. And I don't know, but just but overall, like this show is pretty fucking amazing. Excuse my language, guys, but
Yeah,
really.
Well, there were so many that they literally had a classification for them, like in their logs. Like, yeah, it's godlike being.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, this show.
I thought it was the Gary Mitchell file.
Like this whole show had way more good than bad. Like I picked on it for the bad, but like if I could slice it up, like it was about 90% good, and like 10% bad, or even less than 10%. Like it was that good to me.
Yeah.
And the things I didn't like were it was more like I watch a lot of TV shows and movies, and I like to write too. So when I judge the writing as a writer, not as a film watcher. So if the writing is bad and the storyline doesn't go a certain way, I think it could be better. It bothers me. And so that's why I'm kind of hard on the writing sometimes, because I think like they did a couple sometimes in here they did very lazy writing and lazy storytelling when they could have did much better. And and it's smart to let the props and everything else tell you a story. At the same time, you got to tell an intelligent, cohesive story, or it doesn't work. A lot of times I felt that way, and that's the only reason why I was really critical of certain things.
I will say in their defense, though, we're kind of spoiled growing up with better storytelling than what they had in, the late 60s. So even though I do agree with you, it's also kind of unfair to criticize how they used to tell stories back then.
I got you. I'll rebuttal with this. So the Bible itself is a story. And you read the Bible, and it's like a great storytelling, right? The Bible, some of that old whatever storytelling isn't a time thing. It's just how you do it. There's stories passed on from generation to generation, from family to family through history that people always pass on and tell it the same. But if you tell the story terrible, nobody's going to remember it to keep passing the stories on.
True. So I also think though TV is a little bit more edgy today than back then. Also.
Yeah, like the essence of storytelling, I think what Paul's saying is, it's the same throughout time. And Dan, I think your point is like...
Oh, no, I agree with him on that.
Yeah, no, I'm just... And then your point is like the audience of the story has changed. And so like what you have to do within the story, you have to change it. So yeah, like...
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what... Since people have changed, you got to be able to... change the way you tell stories a little bit. Okay.
Or just like the story itself. So like a lot of the stuff in Star Trek is like, I know that there's always not undertones, because they're pretty upfront about like the socioeconomic issues and all of that, and like the social issues and all that stuff. But a lot of it's like fairly innocent stuff, which is just kind of how things were back. Like if you were to make this show today, I don't think they'd make it past a few episodes. So I think it's just like
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's just the times have changed.
What's the new one with the
Strange New Worlds? Yeah,
Strange New Worlds, or whatever. Maybe that I haven't even messed with that yet, so maybe it'll be something like that.
Oh,
but I would imagine it's probably more action packed than what the original series was.
Yeah, I think it is.
I haven't watched it either, so but that's would be my guess.
That's actually a great segue though into speaking of watching Star Trek. Are you guys going to continue to? Are you guys going to finish the original series now that we're not going to be doing the podcast?
Yeah, I'm a nerd, dude.
Yep.
I'm going to finish. I don't start nothing and don't finish it. I finish terrible movies if I start them. So I'm definitely going to finish. I'm going to finish this. I'm just not sure if I'm going to. I think I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to try to do the movies.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm assuming.
That reminds me. Obviously, you know, when whoever is listening to this, it's probably going to be long gone. But on Paramount right now, Paramount Plus, there is a director's cut of the first movie, the first Star Trek movie, with like updated visuals and CGI, and then, you know, the scenes that they wanted in. And that's a limited time thing. I think that's actually going away like next month. So I don't want to watch the movies before I finish this series. So I need to like get through this series really quickly and watch that.
Yeah. I didn't know they had that. I'll check it out.
I know I definitely want to watch, I believe, movie 2 because Khan returns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part 2, the Wrath of Khan.
Yeah. So
I've heard about it before. I just never.
I think
I've ever seen it. I did see the newer Star Trek
what I've
movie.
heard is like the Wrath of Khan and the Search for. I don't remember if the Search for Spock. If those are like the two that everybody thinks are, you know, the best ones ever.
Yeah, I would do it whenever I get a chance to.
But speaking of actually watching the series, so we did watch the first season, and we did discuss that we were going to kind of go over favorite episodes. You don't have to narrow it down to one because I think that would be difficult. So, Dan, do you have one or more of like the episodes that just stand out for you for this season?
Yeah, I got a couple. Probably my favorite episode was the episode I actually did not talk with you guys about was Tomorrow's Yesterday. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and that's the one. That's the one where they went back in time and kidnapped the pilot, and then had to break into the military base.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was okay.
Yep.
And then you said Space Seed, which is the one with Khan.
Yep. The City on the Edge of Forever.
I always want to say tomorrow too. I don't know why.
Yeah, I do too. I started saying forever, and it still came out as tomorrow.
Yeah.
For that Tom Cruise movie.
And Balance of Terror.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, those were some big ones. Except that Paul didn't like the City on the Edge of Forever.
Which was that ended stupid.
That was the one where McCoy got drugged up and they had to go back in time.
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Once again.
Yeah. So Paul, your positive standout ones.
Okay. See, they would do multiple ones like that, but I only talk about one, and that's the Carbonite Maneuver, because you guys hated it, and I told you it was one of the best episodes because it was a battle of wits. It's like a game of chess. The whole episode was. Yeah, and the thing was, it was so layered back in as a game of chess. You can tell what it was until the end. Even in the end, when you guys saw it, you're like, "Oh, the little alien dude, what's going on?" I'm like, no, it's and they invite him for a drink too. Like, hey, thanks for the battle of wits. Here's
some orange juice.
That episode always stuck with me. Yes, that episode always stuck with me because I thought it was geniusly plotted out. Everything about it was genius. And then once I saw the full circle of what the episode was, I thought, oh, it kind of reminded me of like episode 5 of Obi-Wan, where it was like doing the chess match type thing. Anyway,
I didn't hate the Carbonite Maneuver. I just I didn't like the end of it. It just I expected something more a bigger climax to it. I loved the episode itself. Just I did not like the ending.
And then and I did have a couple of lights, but my real slow light was the Menagerie Part 1 and Part 2 because we had watched the pilot ahead of time. You know, because our host decided to watch that pilot first instead of going to episode 1.
That's a logical place to start.
So when we got there, we had already watched, pretty much 90% of the 2 episodes already.
And you know what? Thank God we did, because that was 2 easy episodes for me to make notes for and 2 easy ass episodes to edit.
You didn't have to edit nothing. Yeah.
You had your cheat notes.
That was the good move for me.
Yeah. Another thing I want to highlight, by the way, I put a note, don't forget to mention, is the diversity of this show for its time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get into the politics of it all relating to now, but like, you saw a lot of different races in this in the show, a lot of different sexes, people sometimes it access different countries, like you could just see that they truly were just like, let's just throw everything in. And I'm not sure if they did it consciously, like that's what they thought about, or they just said, oh, let's just get whoever we can get. I don't really know how that worked. I do know one thing we didn't get to, guys, is I do know the first interracial kiss on TV, I believe, is through Kirk and Uhura too. So this show's always been on the cusp of something. I'm not sure if they did it intentionally or just did it just because.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about that lately, obviously, with the unfortunate passing of Nichelle Nichols, I think last week as we're recording this. And from what I've read is that I have not confirmed this because I haven't bothered to look it up because I don't care about that much, but a lot of people are saying that it's not actually the first interracial kiss, but it is like I think it was like the third, and it's the most well known because it was broadcast over a larger area. So like it had happened in very, because TV at the time was not like this big nationwide thing like it is now. Local channels and Star Trek was broadcast like pretty much everywhere. So it was one of those things that like it was very early on, but it's like the first one that like everybody saw.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
And then I also read that the studio, they filmed two versions. So they had a version of that episode where they did have the kiss, and then they wanted to film one where they did not have the kiss because they were pretty sure that like, the kiss one was not going to be allowed to be shown. So they decided, William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols filmed the kiss version first, and then every time they had to go film the non-kiss version, they intentionally screwed it up so they had nothing to use, and they had to show the first one that they filmed.
Wow.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's real cool, man.
Yep.
The Shat, man.
Yeah.
Shat,
but back to episodes. My favorite ones were a lot of the ones that Dan had listed as well, because those really serious ones. Obviously, those are the reason that those are the most talked about ones because they're fucking fantastic. But I really liked Shore Leave with the fucking the goofy one where they went to like the Dream Planet.
Yeah, when they came to Ohio.
Yep. And Sulu's out there just firing off a handgun for no fucking reason. And I really liked the episode with I don't even remember what it was called, the one with the damn sunflower or the flowers that made everybody all happy and shit. And like
oh yeah, when Spock had his motions.
I think
Spock was acting weird. Yep.
I think that's like in season 1. I think that's Leonard Nimoy's greatest acting is in that episode, because we got like just like aloof bullshit Spock, and then as well as like very emotional Spock at the end, and but everything else in it was just like some goofy shit, and like McCoy is just threatening to send a guy to the hospital. Like it's all just horse shit. Like I loved that episode. Those two goofy ones were my absolute favorite ones. The other thing, and like on the other side of that, do I even have to tell you guys which episode I hated the most?
You saw Mads whatever?
Mud's Women.
Fucking
yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I know you weren't there for us.
That's probably one of mine also.
For that one, did you happen to go back and watch Mud's Women?
Yes, I ended up watching it, and I didn't hate it as much.
It had no fucking purpose. That episode was about nothing.
But I think I went into it kind of just on a halfway watching, not really full into it, because I was like, okay, cool, and I was like, all right, this is kind of But I can understand you getting mad about it.
It was about absolutely nothing, and I'm so pissed that character comes back later. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, kind of a waste. I understand a waste of time. Yeah. I get that. The thing I thought was the worst and most uncomfortable ever, honestly, was the Miri episode.
Oh yeah,
with the little girl or whatever. And it's just a time thing. Like that's the thing about this show.
It didn't age well.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much that's relatable and aged well in the show, which I find interesting. But then some things that age really bad, like it really aged bad. Like for a while, like the stereotype of the blonde hair below eyed chick for a while. Then they changed from that. Then it's like the one with the little girl and with Kurt. It was just a little uncomfortable. I don't know. I watched it and I felt uncomfortable while watching it. It just.
Right.
It's a time thing. That's all. It's a time thing, man. It's just.
I think we we may have played that up a little bit too much during that podcast, and I had seen some stuff recently about like this argument of people are going like, why the fuck does everybody think Kirk is this ladies' man, because he's really not? And somebody made a really good point that he does flirt. He flirts with a lot of people, but that like realistically, he has only been, all about one or two women, and most of the women he comes across, like he has this past with, but they don't explicitly say that they were ever together. And somebody brought up the Miri thing, and somebody pointed out that like, look, he was basically just using her for the information that she had and to gain, like, because she knew the area and she knew what was going on, and she knew that he had this thing for her, so he kind of like played it up like it wasn't like a genuine thing. Like he was basically just doing what he had to do to get this disease cured so that he and his crew didn't fucking die. That like
well, I don't go ahead.
Well, yeah, that
he
wasn't flirting, though. But he was just kind of.
It wasn't about Kurt flirting with her. That was my issue. I think the issue was just watching it was the issue. I don't think Kurt.
Yeah.
It was like I'm not bothered by Kurt at all. What he did. I'm just thinking it was very uncomfortable to watch itself.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm not I don't think it was because of Kurt. I just think the whole scenario itself was uncomfortable, like in total, not who was doing what.
Okay, yeah, that's fair then. So Dan, least favorite?
Basically your guys' least favorites.
Oh, well, damn, you still just keep this the whole damn 9 months of basically what you guys think.
Yeah, basically what everybody else says. Yes. 2, 3, 4.
At least we're all in tune,
Yeah. Well, no, most of us.
No,
there's a few episodes we disagreed on. Like I love some, you guys like dislike some stuff, but most of them, we didn't disagree that much until, well, just a couple times. But then we proved that I was right about the butter knife that one time.
Yep.
And then you were right about our new our Star Trek. What's it called?
The detective show. Well, the cadet one was yours. Yeah, the detective.
Yeah, the Star Trek cadet.
Yeah.
Star Trek youngling, just see how it is in school.
Yeah. So before we move on here, and this is not related to anything there, because I do have one note that I want to get through here before I do forget. I have my count, we have 47 dead from our adventures with the Enterprise, or at least in season 1, and that does not include the few times where they basically said, yeah, bunch of people died on the ship, but they didn't give us an exact number. But you guys realize that like for the last however many episodes, like last half of the season, nobody fucking died on that ship.
Seriously?
Yeah, we went forever without anybody dying.
You didn't say nothing, so I didn't notice.
Yeah, we kept bringing security people into situations where they should be dead, and they just didn't die.
See, we should have had a kill counter going as part of our thing this whole time, and like that way we would have noticed.
Well, I was keeping track every time anybody died.
But we didn't talk. But we didn't actually say that number before the episode. That way we could keep tracking at the end and keep track the whole time.
I brought it up as they died as we were talking about the episode. The point when we got to the point where somebody died, I would bring up and update our kill count. But
okay, no. What I'm saying is like after the last person died, right? Every episode, nobody kept dying, so we forgot what the number was because we weren't talking about it.
Okay, yeah, we should have brought it up every episode. Okay,
yeah, you brought it up like every episode. Like, oh yeah, by the way, the kill count is still blah blah. There's nobody died this episode. Like, yeah, I completely forgot about people dying until you brought it up just now.
Yeah, that actually would have been a really good idea. I think we're gonna have to restart the series, pretend we haven't seen any of it, and I'll update them from there.
Edit the kill counter on the side. Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to We're Watching Star Trek for the first time.
First time.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me.
Kill counter 0.
Dan, before Paul volunteered to do the intro, I was going to do the whole intro thing. Hello, everybody, welcome to We're Watching Star Trek. And I was going to say today we're covering season 2, episode 1, and go into like the normal shit just to throw you off. just so you would be sitting over there like, wait, were we supposed to watch something this week?
I'm gonna really have to wing it this week.
Yeah. So this is gonna be the big one for me, because now I want to talk like favorite characters for the season, and I'll kick this one off. I don't think that you guys are gonna want this one because I actually started out. If you guys remember, I really enjoyed Captain Kirk's character, and I really enjoyed Spock. But at the end of the day, my absolute favorite character from this season, and probably will be for the rest of this series as I continue it, is McCoy. Because McCoy is a fucking badass. Like, constantly challenging Kirk, threatens to beat up a couple of people. That last episode where he just tells the nurse, he's like, "Look, do your fucking job, or like find me somebody that can." Like, he is just a straight badass, and he's smart as shit.
He doesn't mind name dropping Kirk's name to get with the ladies.
Yeah, he'll do that, and then he like the few times that he just straight up challenges Kirk, he's like, "Look, you got to do the right thing here, because if you don't, I'm putting it in my log, and then you're gonna have to explain to your boss why you didn't do the right thing." Like, he's just like, he's the moral compass for Kirk, or at least tries to be. Kirk often doesn't agree with him, but yeah, McCoy's my fucking dude. Like, he's easily my favorite character.
Yeah, I enjoy a lot of McCoy. Also, I liked his the times where he challenged Kirk medically, or like made a smug remark, like, Kirk tried to give medical advice, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, sure, I'll take your advice," like joking around, like letting Kirk know, like, this is my domain.
Yeah,
and also like he never let Kirk make a medical decision. It was always his job, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I like McCoy.
And he's the keeper of the booze on the ship. So
oh yeah,
good guy.
Well, remember the in the pilot episode, the doctor guy he went to go see brought the booze. Remember?
Yep. Yes, he did.
The pilot. So,
yeah. So
got the booze.
So yeah, I'm all McCoy over here. Dan, who's your pick for this season, if you have one?
Well, I'm gonna give two answers. My first answer is kind of more of a joking answer. Just how we portrayed him would be Scotty.
Yeah, our version of Scotty.
Our version of Scotty would be my favorite. But if I was going to give, a real answer, it would be Kirk.
Kirk, okay.
Like
Because he's just fucking Kirk.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree though. He's got some bullshit, what Paul calls Superman Kirk, and I agree with Paul sometimes. It's kind of bullshit what he can do, seeing that Spock should be superior to him physiologically. But yeah, man, Kirk all the way.
Yeah. Oh God. I want to go on this rant about how he never actually fucking does anything and always gets saved by, happenstance, but we were going to try to keep this one shorter.
Look at him.
Plot armor.
He's like, oh, he's ready to go.
I'm just over here expanding with these thoughts.
Get him, Brandon, get him.
No, I'll give way to Paul.
He's protected by plot armor, the most important type of armor.
Yeah, I think Paul has sufficiently said his feelings about Kirk, and I echo those. So, but yeah, okay, Paul, who's your favorite person?
Listen, I don't really have a favorite character. I do have a favorite group. I did like it. I did like when I like McCoy and Spock's relationship. Actually,
yeah,
I like their friendship relationship more than anything. I think the jokes that come out of between them, the compliments they give each other, the way they're always holding each other and joke around together. I really enjoyed that a lot. And that's the kind of thing that like I'm super old school, so like 48 Hours is like a buddy cop, like buddy cops things, where it's two guys and their personalities don't match each other, but somehow it's really fun to see them react and have fun. I could watch a show and it's just Spock and Bone just doing their thing, whatever they're doing, just them two together on each planet doing their own job because their whole personality and the way they work. So I like that relationship more than anything else in the show, honestly.
Yeah, I really like that.
A lot of laughs.
And it's exactly like that. It is exactly like a buddy cop thing. And Spock is the logical guy, and Bones is the guy with the feelings. And they almost never agree with each other, but there is a huge amount of respect between the two. And so they get along.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's always cracking good jokes, too. So.
Yeah, well, but then the irony is, like, they're not even cracking jokes, but they're jokes because the other one, like, Spock, is a joke because it's Spock.
Right.
Say anybody else, it wouldn't be a joke, but you said the Spock is the joke, it's like, oh, yeah, like, oh, it's a computer. Oh, Spock is a computer. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Like,
right, yeah.
Yeah, Spock's like, I am superior.
Yeah. He just, the way he takes things or whatever. So I really, really, I like that. I think it's really cool. And I wish there was a lot more of that, because that was more enjoyable than anything. And then my least favorite, how I feel about Kirk, man. I just Superman himself, the every man. I can never die. Everything goes perfectly right all the time. They get all the girls and everything. Man, it drives me. It really drives me crazy. I'm about to go on a rant right now,
It's so
man.
hard not
It
to.
drives me crazy, dude.
It's hard not to. Fuck that guy.
I'm telling you, it really drove me crazy. Like, because he even woke up first. Like when it was a smoke. Like even when it was like gassed up. Like he fell asleep last. Like Spock is better. He's a Vulcan. Like,
Yeah.
man,
Paul, I can't disagree with your logic on Kirk, but I still love him though.
well, my issue with it is just we watched it over and over. Every week I kept noticing. I thought eventually he'd be fallible, and he wasn't. Like I never felt like Kirk was ever in danger of really being in danger. I knew his superhuman strength with you know.
It's
He fought that one guy that was like and he fought the guy in the engine room that was like that could like have powers, and he beat him up. A guy with powers he beat up.
it's actually really
Like,
funny you
guy
say
like
that
powers.
because like I was starting to feel the same way about Spock at the end of this show because that motherfucker has like just every evolutionary trait to succeed, like just to not die.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
the
know you're
eye
saying,
bullshit
like
in the last
Yeah.
the
episode.
eyelids, second eyelid type thing or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Those two actually, Kirk and Spock are really similar in that aspect. That Kirk's is more just he never really gets explained. He's just for some reason fucking better. And Spock's is always just through some horse shit like I'm actually an alien that they just like pull out of their ass.
Listen, no, actually, I think the Spock one works for this reason because it doesn't. They can pass it off as the alien thing smartly. We can be okay with it, but he did it very stupidly that episode. So you noticed it worse. Like I said, he could have been blind and then waited a couple of then became not blind later. You know,
Yeah.
or he could have healed over time because he's a Vulcan, healed over time, and then have it happen.
Right. Or
You know, but
modern medicine.
But he had the thing immediately, so it bothered you. Like if they would have did something a little bit over time, you might have been more accepting of it.
I feel like if they would have
so
wrote that
like,
today, it would have been longer
Again?
drawn out.
yes.
Oh, if they
Yeah.
would have told the story nowadays, it probably would have been another episode or two.
Yeah, the blind thing was real. I thought the blind thing would have been really cool, man. Spot being blind for a little bit in his body.
Oh, it'd been a cool angle.
Oh man, that'd be really cool. I'm trying to heal him.
Have like a group of people try to take board and try to take over the ship. And he's blind and he's trying to fight him, but he accidentally just keeps like Vulcan nerve pinching his own people. just anybody he gets
All
his
the
hands
security
on, he just
guards.
pinches them. Yeah. Just walking around with his arms
Was
out,
that a
pinching
musical
everything.
episode?
No, thank God.
What there was one. Was there a dude singing on the piano that he kept singing everything when he got put on that one weird planet?
Yeah, there was that guy. What the hell is Trelawney? No, not Trelawney. What the fuck was that guy? His name's not important. Yeah, when the guy that also turned out to be a godlike being.
Yeah.
Well, his parents were.
Yeah, he was almost okay. I don't know why I thought it was a musical episode, but maybe not yet.
No, he was just playing a harpsichord for a little bit. The closest we got to anything like that was Uhura singing every now and then.
Mm.
But as long as we're talking about characters, can we at least
yeah.
give like honorable mention to Sulu? Because that's one solid motherfucker, and he needed way more time in the first series or the first.
I'm
season.
hoping in the next couple seasons, they show him off a little bit more. Him and Uhura and Scotty, like give them more screen time.
Yeah, I think Sulu actually did go on to become a captain of his own ship too. So eventually he does get some recognition because he was solid that whole series.
How awesome of a show would that be?
Right?
Man,
Yeah.
that feels two birds with one stone. Just the captain of his own ship, and that would be really cool.
Yeah, and he's just running around with a rapier and a handgun from his collection, just fucking shit up.
He has a custom phaser that looks like a regular gun.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm down for the show now.
Just write it down. Now we got to do like Captain Sulu.
Another show. Let's make it happen.
Captain Sulu. They all have to cross over at some point.
Star
like
Trek-
the detective has to go
Star
to
Trek
his
Sulu.
ship to go solve a mystery. And then you could actually do that as an episode in both series. Then they have a flashback to when they were cadets. Just everything crosses over Marvel style.
That's what I'm saying. See, I'm telling you, man. They need to hire me. Paramount Plus people need to come contact me. We got great ideas coming up. I have Brandon with us. We're gonna sit there with ideas. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all can get rich for our fire ideas. Come on now.
Yeah.
Pay us, please.
I mean, yeah, I'll take a little money. I'm not a writer, but I'll still take some money.
You come up with the ideas, I'll do the writing.
Hey, that works. But yeah, that was really all I had for us to cover today. It was just kind of some basic stuff because I know we could probably talk about this for hours, but we wanted to keep it a little shorter. But yeah, I mean, is there anything you guys wanted to get in, seeing as this is, quite possibly our last episode?
The only thing else I got to talk about maybe is in the future they really need to work on their security because it's garbage.
Yes, they do. Well, remember though, they're all low rank, like new recruits, which is like just a terrible idea.
What security? Just to get the newbies?
Yeah.
We put our trust in them.
Yeah.
You've been in 2 days. See, all right. We'll do security. Okay.
They walk past Walmart like, hey, you're a greeter, security person. Want to be on the Enterprise?
Yeah, they just hand them a phaser and beam them up. Yeah, I am going to finish this series, and I do want to watch the movies as well. And my issue is going to be, now that I'm going to have a little bit more free time, there's another Star show out there that I don't know if we're allowed to talk about on a Star Trek podcast, but I started a particular animated series of that the other night. That's a long one that I want to finish.
You're going on that? I understand.
Yeah, but I own the movies of Star Trek. Like I bought them on DVD because it's one of those things that's like you never know when streaming services are going to disappear or pull content. So I have those.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like we need to I feel like all of us need to just fucking watch the rest of this season separately, or the rest of this series separately, and then get together like once every month or something and just watch the movies together just to bullshit.
Watch the movies? Yeah. I'm down for that.
That'd be cool.
The other thing is that I talked to Paul about this at work, Dan. I want to get you guys in Star Trek Bridge Crew and let you guys be the captain of the Aegis and like record that and cut something together for like YouTube or something.
Oh yeah, talking about us playing the game.
Just run the ship, because that's an amazing game. It's literally just like a game about pushing buttons, and it's amazing.
You don't know what button does what?
Yeah,
launch your fire and missiles.
Oh yeah.
I'll be starting an intergalactic war and probably have the ship blown up within the first 5 minutes.
Well, what's fun though is that the first mission is the Kobayashi Maru simulation. I always do it like one way, but I know that there are other ways you can do this. Like because the Kobayashi Maru thing is, it's the test that Kirk like the unwinnable test that Kirk won, but apparently he cheated somehow, and I'll have to see how when I get to that episode. But you have to you have to make the choice to go into Klingon neutral space, or like go into the neutral zone and break the treaty with the Klingons and rescue people from one of your ships, like a Federation ship, or don't, start a galactic war and just let those people die. You have to decide which of those things to do, and I think it's one of those things where there's no right or wrong answer. But I always go into the neutral zone because fuck the Klingons.
Quick note: I really want to. I started playing. I'll talk about Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, and I've been thinking, why the Star Trek, the Enterprise Unleashed, like. Why isn't there no game this cool for Star Trek land?
Right.
Like a really cool story when you get put on a planet. It can be Spock or Picard, whatever it is, on this whatever planet it is, and then trying to do some kind of Star Trek-y type thing on a planet they can design, and you go planet to planet trying to solve a mystery. I don't know, something cool. Like, why isn't there a game like that? I don't get that.
I believe they're making one that's kind of like the Telltale games where you have options and whatever.
Yeah, see, that's not really what I'm looking for. I get that idea, but I don't know. I haven't seen. Maybe it's more
something
PC,
a little more action oriented.
Yeah, something that's more down the earth, like you or whatever. Or they can even do a game where there's some kind of bomb and it pulls all the captains of all the ships together, and then so you can be Captain Kirk and Picard, and they're on the mission together trying to fix history or some stuff. Like you can do something. I just don't understand why there's done really cool games out there.
It doesn't even have to be canon. Like just make something fucking silly and fun.
Yeah, something fun. Yeah, I haven't even nobody go, hey man, you need to play that new Star Trek game. I don't be hearing that.
Yeah,
like I don't hear that at all.
I think there's
a group of people that's so big.
I think there's a Star Trek MMO on PC that's been running for fucking ever, which I think is very similar to what you're talking about. Okay. I think you actually get like your own ship, but you're just doing like crazy missions, and a lot of it does not take place on the ship. I think most of it's just like boots to the ground stuff. Yeah, I think.
That was my quick rant. I didn't want to go too long.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted
One
to...
final rant.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I thought you had
No,
one.
for Paul.
Okay, yeah, for Paul, yeah.
Nope.
I do have some thank yous though to people too. Before I forget to say some thank yous. Yo, thank you to everybody for listening, man. We appreciate it. Somehow we got people from different countries all over the world listening to us, so we really appreciate that. You know, really enjoyed to every time we looked on there, saw a new country, a new state, whatever it was, listen to us. It was really cool, and I appreciate that. And thank you guys for listening. If you guys made it from the beginning to all the way to the here, you saw how much we've grown, how much we changed, how much better we got. So we appreciate you watching us on our journey, and man, just thanks for the love, seriously.
Yeah, that's been one of the wildest things about doing this podcast is that like there are legitimately not a lot, but there are a few people out there that look forward to our new episodes every Wednesday, and like it's so weird to think about, you know, because like I'm just a dude that gets up and goes to work, like comes home, spends time with my family, and people are interested to hear what we have to say about Star Trek. So hopefully people aren't, because there are a few of you out there who jump on every episode within an hour of it releasing, and that's amazing. Like we were happy, going into this to just have one person listen, and it's been more than that. And it's not like a crazy huge following, but it's enough that's what really kept me, on track through getting through this first season. So yeah, I hope that we don't disappoint too many people in ending this. Like, hopefully they can find something, another podcast to fill that space, whether it be the drive to work or, just whatever you're doing when you listen to a podcast. I do like when I'm mowing the lawn and shit like that. So yeah, hopefully we're not disappointing too many people. But like Paul said, yeah, thank you to everybody that, stuck with us, and even the people that listened to the first 5 minutes of our first episode and said, nah, that's not for me. Like, that's awesome that they were just willing to give us a try, So yeah, I think we're pretty much,
man. It's just the voices, like, hey, we got to hear them guys' voices.
Yeah, especially yours. What was that?
Sexy voice.
Yeah,
the sexiness,
the smooth and sexy voice. Yeah,
smooth and sexy.
And hopefully we made you laugh and you enjoyed all our pop culture references also that was unrelated to Star Trek.
Yeah,
for real.
Hopefully we didn't make anybody cry, because that would be weird.
As long as they listen, I'm good, man. I really am.
And hey, we went off the air before I got us canceled, so there's that.
Yeah, there's still time. Yes. There's still time. There's everything that has been recorded is out there. So a year from now, somebody can decide they don't like you.
Someday you got grandkids.
Look, all our listeners.
I'll listen to Granddad's podcast. No, you will not.
Hey, all our listeners are cool though. They wouldn't do that to us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, since we're just kind of winding down here, because we didn't want to run too long, we could probably talk about this all day, and that would be just a bitch to edit, like a 24-hour podcast. Oh my god,
that'd be the best.
But yeah, so I think, do you guys have, like, this is it? Final thoughts? Anything else you guys want to get out there?
I just want to say, be kind, be positive. Enjoy life, because if you ever get sad and life ain't going good for you, just think of the worst moment of your life and think where you're at now. And obviously, you're in a better place. So, stay positive, keep moving along. Yeah, that works for me. Absolutely perfect.
Yep.
So I'm going to do what I always do, because just because this is the last time we're going to record this does not mean it's the last time that it's going to be heard. So the Twitter's going to stay up. It was never really active to begin with, but, I'm still going to check out stuff on Twitter, keep up with the Star Trek community, because there are a lot of great shows coming out and there are a lot of great people in that community. And I'm always willing to, interact with people that have questions or comments about anything that we've done on here. So as usual, the Twitter is at WWST_podcast. Gmail is wwstpod@gmail.com. I'm doing this from memory, so I'm pretty sure I got this right. You think after like 30 times of doing it, I would have them down, but if they're not right, just go back to the end of literally any episode and you can hear them there. Yeah, so for the last time, that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for listening. It's been an awesome experience, better than I could have hoped. And I was going to say I'll catch you next time, but I guess I won't.
Be well, my friends. Be well.
Later.